President Trump is at odds with major medical groups tonight after telling pregnant women not to take Tylenol.
Yeah, the president suggested the pain reliever is linked to autism. Major medical organizations say the science is clear, there's no link, and it's still safe to use. Fox 4's Amelia Jones in our newsroom tonight with more on the announcement and also reaction from medical professionals. Amelia.
Heather, Steve, the Food and Drug Administration will now notify doctors to warn pregnant patients about the potential risks, and manufacturers will update the safety warning labels on drugs like Tylenol. But many medical associations and groups are now pushing back tonight on the president's remarks.
Since 2000, autism rates have surged by much more than 400%.
Monday afternoon, President Donald Trump announced his administration found a link between acetaminophen, commonly known as Tylenol, and autism when consumed by pregnant women.
So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
The president and his medical leaders came to this conclusion in part because of a recent review of 46 existing studies. The study found, quote, evidence of an association between exposure to acetaminophen during pregnancy and increased incident of neurodevelopmental disorders in children. This association is strongest when acetaminophen is taken for 4 weeks or longer. However, one of the largest studies on this topic pointed to other factors. In Sweden, 2.5 million kids were followed for 20 years, including siblings where one was exposed to acetaminophen and one wasn't. That research pointed to alternative factors.
These other factors could be, for example, infection during pregnancy, which has been linked with autism, and also, whether or not a mom takes acetaminophen. Same thing for a fever as well. And then finally, the elephant in the room when it comes to neurodevelopmental disorders is heritability. Namely, these disorders are highly genetic.
Acetaminophen is one of the only medications recommended to expectant mothers for fevers and pain. The American College of OBGYNs pushed back on the president's recommendations, writing, more than 2 decades of research have found no causal link between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and autism, ADHD, or intellectual disability in children. It also said pregnant women can keep taking the medication. Still, the Food and Drug Administration will start notifying doctors to warn pregnant patients about the potential risks and update safety labels on drugs that contain acetaminophen. Medical experts also took issue with the way the major health announcement was rolled out.
And by the way, I think I could say
the president at times acknowledged some information might not be correct or a rumor.
Is that a correct statement, by the way? The MMR, I think, should be taken separately. This is based on what I feel. I mean, there's a rumor, and I don't know if it's so or not, that Cuba, they don't have Tylenol because they don't have the money for Tylenol, and they have virtually no autism.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Secretary of Health and Human Services, also shared there's an alleged link between folinic acid deficiency and those diagnosed with autism and a potential treatment with a drug called leucovorin.
Peer-reviewed literature has documented that up to 60% of folate-deficient children with ASD can have improved verbal communications if given leucovorin.
The American Psychiatric Association did not go as far. In a statement, the APA states it will require many more years of research before we know if leucovorin is an appropriate treatment for individuals with autism. President Trump also touched on what he called a potential connection between vaccines and autism. The president encouraged parents to space them out for children. However, the American Psychiatric Association stated that claims of vaccines causing autism have been repeatedly discredited in peer-reviewed studies. Heather, Steve.
Amelia, thank you.